Yeah, absolutely. We're about to see the first drivers finishing the first flyers. We're currently watching Overhaul, whose best quali so far this season was a P2 in Australia, but was unable to hold on to the podium in the races. Kean Robbo, his teammate, joins. There he is, to make it a full lobby. Here comes the first Alpine. It's Overhaul who crosses the line, goes 29.3, quicker than CJ. How are we going to call him? CJ Sheavilles? Brand new driver. Great to see some new faces in the Aston Martin. Kev the Slice splitting them with a 29.9. And there even faster goes Elita GT with a 28.7. Breaking into those 28s. Paul Diver's a man we could rely on. The former Division 4 champion, the actual reigning Division 4 champion, who's getting a light end of a toe from the Mercedes up ahead of him. I think that was Malachi. Crosses the line. Goes quickest by 0.04 of a second. Can Elita GT bite back? He's got a bit of time. He's found the time. And 28.5 puts him up to top again. But VCarb, what a showing. 2 and 3 once again in qualifying, and they've done exactly what they did last time out in Japan without the 5th-place grid penalty. McLaren on pole. VCarb once again 2nd and 3rd here under the lights of Jeddah. Lights are out. We're racing here in Saudi Arabia. Great start there by P3. The two V-Cubs racing towards turn 1, but a good start there by Elita, the Italian, holding the lead, going towards turn 1 and 2. V-Cubs going wheel to wheel, but Paul Diver taking the lead of the pair of them. Emmanuel staying in 4th. Oz is in a little bit of a fight there, going on in 5th. It looks like almost 3 abreast going towards turn 4, but Oz has snuck his way ahead. Behind is Kev, then She Love Pink in P7, then Miles and Oberwelf, and then Alexis beats both Mercedes in the top 10. Looks like they're going wheel to wheel there. That's Pink trying to find a way past Kev, going through the first sector, but couldn't find a gap for his Mercedes to plant that front wing. Bit of a gap as well behind by Miles. He must have got caught up in a fight with Oberwalf, and they are outside of that second range. Here comes Oberwalf down the inside, out turn 9, so close to contact between the Cadillac and the Williams. But the Williams has the inside line, puts the battery back on, and stays ahead. Oberwalf up a position. And a great start from him for the man who we know has strong race pace in this division.
10 cars within like 2/10 of each other, and then and there was like bumper cars going to turn 4 as everyone was trying to get position and stuff like. Because at this track, it was really difficult to go side by side in these corners, but because the cars are like basically half the size, nearly half, like a quarter the size of the F125 cars, everyone assumes they're now going to fit like 10 into like one corner, which is not the as Malachi or well, you know him. I'll call Alex. The loser's hands is, but he did get caught up in the traffic, and now here comes the whole slipstream fest where anyone with zero energy is gonna get railed.
Yeah, there's so many cars on top of each other here in the battle for what looks to be P13. They were almost going like 2 by 2 by 2 going down the straight. They're going towards Talbot. Looks like Kean Robbo's got the inside as well, and Aston Martin down the inside of the Ferrari. Maybe contact on the wall there. As round the outside goes Robbo, and he gets ahead of CB. What's going on here? I think that's an Audi getting involved with the fight with Kean Robbo still over the curb of turn 16. Robbo still ahead, but now it's going to be a battle between Restored Panda. They look like very close to contact, don't they? Going towards turn 22 as Elita GT's been overtaken up at the front.
Yeah, it was a really like aggressive move by Salty, who made the move as that's hands this into a spin from that corner as the two RBs have a little squabble in the corner, and the Emmanuel just came.
There's a bit of CSC, and that's Brunswick Bay, who must have made contact with Hansis. Yeah, great news for VCarb in terms of track position, but unfortunately Salty may get screwed over here by a double stack. We'll keep an eye on him. Where he comes out, Emmanuel may well jump him. I wouldn't be surprised if Elita GT and maybe even Ozers jump him in the pits as well. We'll see, will they come into the pits? And crucially, he doesn't. Both VCarb staying out. Emmanuel comes in, so does Ozers. So huge from the drivers he's tied. Top 3 in the race earlier on haven't come into the pits. Kev the Slicer stayed out as well. So Audi opting to keep their drivers out. Into the pits comes She Love Pink, but however Malachi or Alexis Beast opting to stay out. So a big split in strategy there. And it seems to be majority the team splitting 1 by 1. 1 car in, 1 car staying out. We're looking up to the front. It's going to be VCarb and VCarb who opted to stay out on those 5-lap-old medium tyres who are going to lead us away to begin lap 7. And away they go. Green flags are racing. And we are racing once again in Jeddah. Good restart there by Paul Dover. Looked a little slippy though. Behind can the McLaren mount a challenge going towards turn 1. You see at the top there, straight mood and boost active. Down towards turn 1, no moves being made, but drivers opting to try and scare each other into turn 1. There goes CB down the inside of Rusted Bolt, makes the move, stick up to P7. as Alexis Beast picking up a 3-second penalty there for going over track limits just too many times.
Get a couple more positions here as yellow flags.
There's Emmanuel looking down the inside.
And
Robbo, who's just about held it in a straight line, but Emmanuel very keen to try and force his way through, not wasting too much time on those fresher tyres. Robbo just putting his power on a little too early. As here comes Ozis down the inside of turn 1 as well. There's a Ferrari trying to make a move on the Audi. And Ozis defending nicely off restored Panda.
Position's been changed. Nearly a 3-1 moment in the final corner between the Ferrari, CB and Haas. There's Emmanuel is saying thank you very much and is having these positions to himself. He could have a 3-for-1 here, and that is a P6 for the Red Bull driver as... Oh, that's a big save from Emmanuel there as try to do a late break just to confirm his position.
Pink versus Oberwalf, Mercedes versus Williams. Two teams' favourite for the OCC is Oberwalf holding on to the position just about. Pink trying to do it down the inside of turn 4. Leaves the space, but Oberwalf's got the inside line. Can Pink get the power down? He's done just that. And through the first sector, the Mercedes up to 12th. Great racing there, great awareness by the pair of them. Two of the best racers, I think, in the division, it's fair to say.
Kev is absolutely gone as Emmanuel's taking forward position for the Red Bull. But he's a bit too deep, so Salty thankfully gave him room, which... Nothing to investigate there. It was a fair one, and that's a position for Salty to get into the pits, which is a good strategy call with 7 to go, I would say. But not enough to go to the end.
Down the inside of turn 22. Sorry to interrupt you there, but look at that. Oberwalf going down the inside of 22, and he's got the move on pistol beater. That was a huge move from Oberwalf, who finds his way past the McLaren. Down the inside of turn 22, bit of contact down the straight between the Mercedes and the McLaren as Pink trying to find his way through. There's an Aston Martin on the inside too. It's getting a bit hectic there in the midfield. Down the inside goes Pink trying to confirm that move, burning the battery. Still a bit of wheel banging between the pair of them. As down the straight they go. Pink's getting a bit of a slipstream there from the Williams, which might pull him alongside the blue car. Going towards turn 1. How late on the brakes will he be? Round the outside. Not quite, and he sticks behind. But into the pits, crucially, goes Elisa GT and Pool Diver. Are P1 and P2 heading into the pits for their obligatory pit stop. Wherever they're going to come out compared to Salty, I think quite far behind. No, beside him, right next to him. As out the pits comes Elisa GT, who's been blocked off by an Alpine there, going through towards turn 4. And Salty stays about where he is, despite that one-lap undercut. They're about where they are, but Kian Roberts ahead. This is going to be interesting to watch, because these guys are net 1, 2, and 3, but they've got to catch up now. And they've got a long way to go, and a lot of overtakes to make before they can get back there. Kian Robbo, will he be sportsmanship and let them through? Doesn't seem like it is. The V-carb swapping positions to allow Paul Diver to go through. Round the outside goes the McLaren, bit of contact, and round the Alpine goes. And is that going to be a penalty after the race? We'll have to see. But Elita GT has made contact with the Alpine and spun him round.
That caused a mistake as that's Pink into the wall.
And a full safety car. Oh, so it's worked for Rusted Bolt. So genius from Ferrari. We were saying all of that. Rusted Bolt, who stayed out, didn't make a pit stop, and he's absolutely gained from it. And he's actually going to be P2.
Yeah, it's good for most of these drivers now as some drivers overshot it.
As they come towards the final corner, Emmanuel
It's gone.
will lead us away. Yeah, and away he goes. Green flags racing here in Jeddah for the 3rd time so far this evening. Good start by Elite GT, but he's not going to be close enough for a move going towards turn 1. None will, the top 5 will be. CB is on the tail of Ozers. Currently sat in P5, looking to use those medium tyres to good use. He's got the better grip for the opening few laps of this safety car, but they may begin to drop off in the latter stages of the race. Look further back at the 2 V-carbs who've been screwed over. Currently sat in P8 and P9. As there, Ozers dropping down behind CB. He must have burned his battery there. Good stuff by the Audi. Looking to gain some positions with those grippier tyres. We'll keep an eye on him. Next up on the menu is going to be Mal's. As behind, that's CJ, who's made contact with the wall, and that's another safety car. What is going on? I have never seen this many safety cars. We haven't had this many safety cars in at least since F1 24. And it's a 3rd safety car. CJ must have hit the wall at turn 4 there.
Maybe someone at the back, maybe for extra better tyres.
There we go. Into the pits goes a Haas, and that's Rocket Reese, who's opted to go in. Anyone following him? That's a McLaren who's opting for it. Yes, he is. And PRC Pistol and Kian Robbo have gone in as well. As We're still banned picking up a 10-second penalty for contact with Worldwide. We'll see what happens there in the stewards room. But for the 4th time this evening, and he's waiting a little longer this time, Emmanuel. And away he goes. Green flags racing here in Jeddah. Good restart. Looks like he caught Elita off guard there. Down the straight goes Rusted Bolt, who's under pressure from Miles going towards turn 1. No move for P1, but there may well be a move for P3. Cadillac looking around the outside, heavy on the brakes from the cars behind. Here comes Miles down the inside of turn 2. Bit of wheel banging between the Cadillac and the Ferrari, but he finds his way through. So does CB, who's looking to try and get past both of them. Round the outside, going towards turn 4, and CB takes P3. Great move from the Audi. Then Miles goes behind, followed by Rusted Bolt, who's lost 2 positions on these opening couple corners. Oberwalf up to P6. It's P7 and P8 for the V-Carbs. This is a difficult position for them to be in. They need to try and close up to the cars ahead using that knowledge and experience we know they have, the reigning champions, to try and find their way past. There is Rusted Bolt trying to get down the inside of Miles. I got close to contact, I think. And
it was really close. Yeah, it was
and there's Paul Diver. Paul Diver trying to find his way past, going towards turn 16. You're right, he has backed off. But behind Kev the Slice, trying to find his way through.
That's a good move.
Kev the Slice getting past Ozes in P11. Sheila Pink trying to get involved from P12 as well, those medium tyres, as Paul Diver finding his way again past Oberwalf, and I think Salty will get him too. Oberwalf has used all that battery a little bit too early. Let's find out. Salty looking around the outside of turn 27.
Too deep. So deep.
Yeah, you're right. He has he's got that very wrong, and it looks like Alexis Beast might get involved now. How much battery has Salty got left in the car? As here comes the Mercedes versus the V-Carb. As Rusted Bolt breezing past Miles for the battle for P4. Down the side goes Alexis Beast. Ooh, a little late on the brakes, but I think he might have nailed it. Looking like he was going to make contact with the Williams up ahead there, but he seems to have got it all right. Malachi getting through and up to P8.
Miles forgot to, he turned off his boost, and that caused him to have it as Panda. It's going to get swallowed down the straight. 3-second penalty, big mistake, and no battery, which means, of course, Miles moves up to 4th, but he's getting swallowed.
Oh, and Pink Spinoza's in a wall. Bit of contact between the Haas. He's still making contact with the Aston Martin there behind as well. Not ideal. Oh, it's not Ozzy, sorry. It's Rocket Reese, I should say, who's made contact with him. He's got damage there on the left-hand side for the Haas. And that is so unfortunate because Haas were looking so strong this race. As behind Worldwide defending from the Alpines. But that is so frustrating for any Haas drivers or Haas people watching. Because Rocket Reese has picked up that slight bit of damage. Oz is still going strong though in P10, looking to find his way through the field on the slightly fresher hard tyres.
Trying to hold off with the Haas drivers. Ping gets double overtaken by the Audi of Kev, who's gone really deep. And that promotes Reese up there. And there's all chaos going all the way to the back as Alex Bowser worse. Another 3-second penalty, so he'll drop even 4 positions. Mercedes driver. Well, maybe only a P10, depends on how much chaos this pack is at the back, but yeah, MCB is really struggling on these tyres now, so he'll be under pressure from Miles behind this battle for 4th place. At the moment, yeah, that's what I'm trying to say is, I'll try to stop talking, but I'll say that GT again is like, he's really confident in the S section for the McLaren driver. Say batter on his own, or just try and do or die.
Oh, big contact behind! Kian Robbo and Sheila Pink has crashed at the back. Something's happened at the back going through turn 22. And Pink and Robbo have gone flying into the wall. And I'm amazed they're both still in the race. I've just seen them both go backwards into the wall. And there must be damage on both cars. Let's have a look. And yeah, there's absolutely damage on both cars. And I imagine the game's just given up on safety cars. But with 2 laps remaining in the race, I don't know if you caught that. That was a massive crash at the back. I don't know what happened, but I had an angle looking back into the corner from the front. And I just saw cars flying across. Up ahead, more battery on the Red Bull as yellow flags in the background. What's happened there? Is that Miles? And Miles has hit the wall there at turn, I think that's 4. And the Cadillac, who was sat comfortably in a top 5 finish, has hit the wall and he's out of the race. Or at least he's got damage and has dropped down to P10 currently. 2 straights left to go. Going through turn 22.
He's got it.
Burning the battery now goes Emmanuel looking for the outside, and the Elite are trying to force him the longest way round possible, but it looks like the Red Bull's going to switch to the inside. I don't think he's got the battery to do it. It's going to come down to the final corner. 27 round the outside goes the Red Bull. Has he got a wheel there? Has he got the gap there? Just about. Around the outside goes Emmanuel, and he takes the lead at the final corner. It's a Red Bull victory for Emmanuel. Elite finishes in 2nd. Rusted Bolt. It's a 2nd podium for Ferrari this season. Paul Diver finds his way back up to P4, then CB, followed by Oberwalf, who stays in P6, Ozers and Alexis Beast dropping down the order. It's a Haas double top 10. You don't see that too often, with Miles in P8 after that unfortunate crash, and Alexis Beast does just about hold on to top 10, but he nearly got P9 there, half a tenth away from Rocket Reese.